It was a highly anticipated showdown in the women's semi-final between the number 4 seed and US Open champion Naomi Osaka against the number 7 seed Karolina Pliskova. And it was clear the pair were up for a battle on Rod Laver Arena. Osaka was the first to notch up a break.
And again, that's impressive.
Osaka hit 16 winners to dominate the first set, 6 games to 2.
That is very New York reminiscent.
Both players broke serve to kick off the second set. Pliskova had upped her service game, and with the set back on serve, it became an arm wrestle. But just as it seemed the set was headed for another tiebreaker, Pliskova pounced to draw level.
She's turned things around brilliantly, Pliskova.
Osaka's game wasn't wavering, setting up the vital third set break early on. She had racked up 14 aces for the match.
Out has been called.
She prayed for her 15th ace to seal the win and her place in the Australian Open final.
From the land of the rising sun, it's a daughter that has risen the highest once again.
Waiting for Osaka will be Petra Kvitova, who had a relatively easy semi-final against Danielle Collins from the United States. Unknown in Grand Slams before this tournament, Collins didn't let the occasion overwhelm her, taking an early break in the first set. Kvitova broke back soon after, and with temperatures on court hitting the red zone, the Rod Laver Arena roof was closed, but that didn't stop the battle on the court. The first set was headed for a tiebreaker. Kvitova broke Collins' serve twice to take the first.
That's great stuff from Petra Kvitova.
Collins began to grow frustrated after a malfunctioning net cord forced her to serve again after an ace. The Czech was relentless in the second set. She was all over the Collins serve, breaking twice and marching to the final as the form player.
A dominant display in the end from Petra Kvitova, and she moves through to the final of the Australian Open.
A kiss from mum as Stefanos Tsitsipas prepared to walk out for the first men's semi-final. Rafael Nadal like a raging bull as he waited to be called onto Rod Laver Arena. Nadal, bidding to become the first man since Rod Laver to have won each Grand Slam twice, dominated the first set. 2 double faults from Tsitsipas handed Nadal a second break, closing the first set in just over 30 minutes. Tsitsipas fought back in the second set, but he was struggling to hold on to the number 2 seed, who was in rare form.
And look at his reaction there.
Nadal broke at the opportune time to take a commanding 2-set-to-love lead. There was no let-off in the third, the Spaniard in sublime form.
And the master says to the apprentice, it's not your time just yet.
In the men's doubles, Australian John Peers and Finland's Henry Kontunen won through to the men's final.